Hi, my name is Joe Edmunds, and today I'm going to be presenting my player development project, which I completed with my younger sister Gabby. So Gabby's an under 16 county level player who regularly competes in grade 3, 4 and 5 competitions in singles and doubles. She's played tennis since she was 3, and we've worked together on court for years, but have recently it's taken time to develop a coach-player relationship separate to our familial link. So here's Gabby.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I've been playing tennis since I was 5 years old and I'd like to go to an American university for tennis. I'm currently working on moving up to the short ball and driving up higher for a better contact point on my
Thanks,
serve.
Gabs. So moving on to our observation and analysis, so our match charting, I chose to track Gabby's contact point on her forehand and backhand in order to compare her contact point when she's in a neutral position versus when she has to move up the court into an attacking position. So in green crosses, we have her forehand when she was comfortable with her contact point. We agreed on this. It was that she's hitting the ball at the centre of the strings, is balanced, and is using her full body for the contact. So green crosses are forehand, incorrect contact point. Red crosses are forehand and incorrect. Backhand incorrect contact point is blue crosses, and yellow crosses are backhand and incorrect contact point. So moving on to serving statistics, I've tracked her first and second serves and pulled the percentages out of that, as well as her double faults and aces in each set. So here's the first match clips. So in these clips, Gabby's moving up to short balls. So here she's moving up, she's off balance, not using her body, she's leaning through the shot too much and not balanced. Here again, she's moving up the shot, not balanced, not stable while she's hitting the ball with her body position. This rally, she gets an opportunity to come up and put away a bit of a sitter, is off balance as she's hitting, fails to put it away, and then ends up losing the point. Moving on to the next match clips. Gabby is serving here, so she's this is second serve here, and she has double faulted. We move to another court here. Courts were busy that day, and again she's losing control of the serve. She's not driving up to the contact point. She's collapsing down on the serve a little bit, and she's losing control. And particularly on the double faults, a lot of the serves were going down into the net. So here, another double fault where her serve's heading down into the net. So moving on, the statistics that I pulled from this: her forehand behind the baseline in a neutral position in the correct contact point 64% of the time. Backhand 77% of the time. Between the two of those, she's in the correct contact point / body position behind the baseline 71% of the time. So, 7 out of 10, it's okay. It's passable. But then if you compare that to when she's moving forward to an attacking position, it drops to 57% on the forehand and drops all the way to 25% on the backhand. So when she's having to move forward inside the court, she's off balance, not in the correct contact 75% of the time on the backhand, only balanced 25% of the time. Between the two shots, when she's moving forward inside the court, only 48% of the time is she balanced moving forward to hit that. So moving on to her serve, her first serve percentage was decent at 62% in the first set, 58% in the second set, 60% overall for the match. Pretty decent. Not amazing. Could be a little bit better, maybe 62, 65%. But we can't complain about that because it shows she's going for the serve at least and doing a bit with it. If she's making too many first serves, she might not be going for enough. Second serve drops massively, 63% in the first set, 50% in the second set, 57% overall for the match with 4 double faults in each set. So, yeah, big drop off in the second serve. You'd actually be expecting the second serve to be a little bit better too, or a big bit better because you'd be going for a bit increased margin for error. So her strengths from that match were backhand from behind the baseline, strong consistency, good use of spin and direction and speed, and she was controlling the point with the backhand quite a lot, backhand rally. First serve as well was a strength, pretty decent, around 60% of serves made, comfortable using different spin speeds to vary the opponent's contact point and timing. Now her weaknesses: made few too many mistakes moving forward to take on a neutral or attackable ball, also not doing enough if she did make it, and only 48% of these were taken with optimal contact point and body position, so she's not doing enough with it. and a bit inconsistent. So second serve percentage as well, consistency is poor, 57% for the match. 8 double faults, too many free points giving away there. So working with Gabby, we came up with some goals. So for her short ball, moving forward to an attacking ball, moving into an attacking position from a neutral position, we want to bring those shots up to match the neutral position / defensive position behind the baseline of 71%. So we want to bring that contact point in the correct area from 48% to 70% on those. So when she's moving inside the court, we want it to match her level at the back of the court. We don't want there to be a disparity. We want her to be able to take advantage of those short balls. So our process goal for that is getting in the correct foot position nice and early, pouncing on the ball. That was the phrase I kept on coming back to, where there was pouncing on the ball. So getting there as soon as you can, with quick speed up the court, as soon as you can identify it. And then the second one was, once you're in the correct position, is loading the legs to maintain balance throughout the shot and recruiting power from the whole body to drive through the correct contact point. Second performance goal was the second serve percentage, which we wanted to improve from 57% to 80%. So big improvement on that goal needed, really, to stop giving away 3 points there. So first process goal is keeping the head and the chest up on the serve while extending the contact point to avoid pulling the serve down into the net or losing control. Second process goal was the height of her ball toss, extending the racket higher to the ball to use her full reach. She's a tall girl. She's 5'11" at 15 years old. So we want to make the most of that physicality. We don't want to let that go. So situational observation here. I have it set up so that there's a marker inside the court, about 2/3 of the way up the court. We're playing the point out, and if the ball drops in front of that marker, she has to attack the net. So here, ball's dropping in front of the marker, she has to come forward. As you can see on that short ball, she's off balance, not doing enough with the short ball, and I can hit an easy passing shot. Again, short ball there, and I hit an easy pass. We're playing the point out from the baseline, short ball here, and into the bottom of the net, not driving the legs, not balanced. She's still moving, but not in a controlled way. She's moving through the shot, but isn't in control of the movement. It's not a deliberate drive through the shot. It's passively moving because she's not stopped her momentum. There, that was actually quite a good short ball, but I'm still able to get across and give her a challenge with it.
Okay, so Gabby. So how do you feel that went there?
How to hit this shot.
Not as good as I'd hoped it was.
Not as good as you'd hoped. Yeah. In what way?
Like my movement just wasn't getting.
You didn't feel like you were getting to the ball. How did you feel? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel balanced when you're getting to the ball?
No, not on all of them. Like
it's. So not on every shot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I noticed as well, and it's what we noticed in the match with Artie as well. You were inside the court. You were off balance more often and not hitting through the correct contact point as often as when you were comfortably in a neutral position. So when you had that attacking ball that you had to move forward to, you were quite often off balance and not hitting through the correct contact point. Now, from that observation and analysis we did there and from the match, I believe it's stemming from not getting into the correct position early enough and being balanced, driving the legs through the shot. So I think you're getting a little bit off balance because you're late getting to the ball and not getting a chance to load the legs. Now, if we load the legs, get there balanced, it's going to allow you to hit through the ball more confidently. So be a bit more aggressive with your shot, which is then going to result in putting your opponent in a defensive position in the court and allow you to move up to the net and put away a volley. Whereas when you're not balanced and not loading the legs, quite a lot of the time, ending in an unforced because we're hitting through the incorrect contact, or you're hitting a ball over the net that's just not quite forcing your opponent into a defensive position. So it's less than satisfactory. So over the next few sessions, we're going to work on you identifying that short ball early. So choosing the right ball to move up, getting there nice and early, loading the legs and hitting through. So that's going to look like, I want you to think about pouncing on the ball. So I'm pouncing on the ball, moving forward and hitting through to that corner, or being aggressive to put my opponent in the defensive position. So you can see I'm loading the legs, I'm getting there early, really dynamic in my movement up the court, and then hitting through the ball. Okay? Do one more. One or two more. So I identify the short ball, moving up, pouncing on the ball, hitting through, being aggressive. It's going to get me in an attacking position in the court, and it's going to allow you to feel more confident hitting through the shot by driving those legs and being balanced. Okay, let's get to it.
Okay, so that was the demonstration. We're moving on to the improvement here. So here, I chose to have Gabby shadowing for the first improvement to get the footwork right, because there was a big issue with her footwork. I'm complimenting her t-shirt, but we're focusing on getting there as soon as I say the colour of the spot, so either red or blue. She gets there early as she can, pounces on the ball, and drives and loads the legs, staying low through the shot, finish, and then move on to the next one. So,
good try.
Next one we're basket or hand feeding.
Nice, okay. So we want to really
Same
pounce
thing,
on the ball,
getting there nice and early.
load the legs and hit through. Good, quick move. Just got a little bit too close. Didn't have enough space to swing. Good try. Don't worry about missing, just think about loading. Right now, getting there, and we're going like this. And just not using the legs at all. We want to sink into that shot and explode through, remember? Okay, here we go. Better try. Really sink in and use the legs. Good try.
Focusing on loading the legs now.
Nice. Good. Nice. There we go.
So we spent a bit of time on forehand and backhand doing that, focusing on early pouncing to the ball, sinking into the shot, loading the legs. Here we have moved on and scaffolding Gabrielle's learning here and helping her to identify when the shot goes well. So I'm checking with her after each shot.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm teaching her to be the referee.
Drive the legs.
Teaching her to
Still
be the
no
umpire.
leg drive there. Okay.
Teaching her to be.
Don't worry about the outcome. Was the process okay?
Shot.
So your leg drive was better, but you're maybe yeah, okay.
So we're process focused.
What about that one? Okay, good. Nice.
So there we've got some good leg drive coming in, she's getting to the ball early, and we're still very process focused.
Nice ball, good leg drive.
Similar to what we did in the observation and analysis, but
good leg drive, good job staying low on the ball.
By shouting go for the short balls, which she can then react to the audible cue to move up to the ball as well.
Nice, good balance, but would be good if we could just drive through a little bit more. It was a tough one though,
she's got the audible and visual stimulus of the short ball.
Go.
Helping her to make the decision to move up to the ball.
Go.
Spent a bit more
there
time
we go,
on it
there
here.
we go. You're doing it now. Perfect.
Here she moves up.
Nice, okay, now you start identifying the ball.
Transitioning into her making the choice to move up to the ball. So
good.
She chooses to move up to that.
There we go. That was the right choice.
So now she's choosing the correct ball to move up for. I'm not
there
saying
we
anything,
go.
so we've built her So there we've built her understanding, and she's now able to identify the ball to move forward to herself and choose whether to move up or not. So we go back into our new we go back into our evaluation of the player, of the improvements we've made. So in our next match that she played against the same player, we have the same. I've done the same thing. So I've pulled out the contact point on the forehand and backhand, and to pull out the stats for comparing within the court and in an attacking position and neutral position. Same with the serve. I pulled out the same stats. So first serve percentage, second serve percentage, but as you can see from these images, because I've got some of the stats on them, it's been a big improvement in that way. So we'll move on to the match clips. So here's Gabby moving for the short ball in these first ones. So that was a sort of neutral ball that she stepped inside the court to take on and won the point. Again, a somewhat neutral ball she takes on and hits the winner. This one she builds with the forehand line, gets the short ball in the backhand, and she's up quicker. It's not an easy ball, but she's up quicker, maintains her balance. Again, short ball she's up quicker too and hits the winner cross court. Compared to before, those same shots, she was collapsing through off balance. Here's her second serve. So I've got her missing the first serve, so I've pulled a few clips where she misses the first serve so we can then see the second serve. And she's staying up a lot more on the serve and is a lot more consistent. Her ball toss is a bit higher and she's keeping the head and the chest up slightly more. A little bit loud from the coaching on the court next to it. So she's staying up a little bit more on the ball now. Just playing Jungle's on fire from the court next door. So there, this is I think this last clip. She's missed her first serve, and then she stays up in the second serve and plays the point out. So what's next? So just to touch upon the stats, her on both shots out behind the baseline compared to both shots inside the baseline in the second go round was 67% in a neutral position behind the baseline or defensive position as well, and then 65% when she's moving up the court this time. So she's 65% in a balanced, effective contact inside the court this go round. On the serving as well, she goes from in the first set. Last time it was 60% second serves made. She's now at 91% second serves made in the first set, and she was at 85% second serves made in the second set. So she was 89% overall on the second serve in this match. So a massive improvement there. But after re-evaluating her tennis, there's a couple of areas I'd like to sharpen up on in future sessions. Utilising her serve more effectively to set up an attacking ball. She only hit 70% of her shots inside the court, and this included shots she was forced to chase. There were only 8 points throughout the match where she was clearly in the offensive advantage, and she won all 3 of the points where her serve directly set up a short attackable ball. And the second one was getting back to a neutral position in the rally on return of serve. She didn't create a lot of attacking opportunities on the return points, and by neutralising the serve she could get back to 50-50 in the rally and potentially create more opportunities to attack. So areas of the project that I thought I did well were consistency of contact. We didn't miss a weekly session for 10 weeks. We did an extra 2 sessions in there because we spent a bit of time prepping her for competition, so we weren't able to focus as much on the actual things we were doing. So we did an extra 2 sessions, which we touched on a little bit of the stuff we were working on. Structured each session to gradually work through the principles of practice. Gave specific constructive feedback with narrow focus, which relays into a broader tactical or technical context. More a weakness I had was I would maybe adapt the session to progress when needed. First couple of sessions we tried to push through quite quick, but stay on timeline. But yeah, framing feedback more positively, giving specific praise as well in there to help her keep the belief of her goals, and spending potentially more time linking the 2 areas together with the serve plus the short ball, because he's let Gabby down throughout the match. So thank you for watching my presentation, and I'm glad we were able to do this work with Gabby, so thank you.